And I think what I'm going to start doing is I'm just going to start thumbnail, 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 and keep them somewhat even. I kind of want to like make like a floating like, let's see here. Let's just work on our little thumbnail in here. So we're gonna do our line of action. Let me zoom this in real quick. Now the thumbnails are actually somewhat pretty important depending on who you meet, but a lot of artists do tend to make these little thumbnails. Some do them in a variety of different fashions and some execute them much differently than others. But we're starting with our head, and now we're just gonna roughly build up this figure, which we've done so many poses like this, right? But this is just kind of making sure it all fits on the page. So we're gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7.5. Now this is just the way that I've been taught, by the way. There's a lot of artists, they don't even do any of this stuff, right? There's some artists, they go straight into inking, which is pretty wild to think that they have the confidence just to go straight into it, right? I'm off to bed, brother. It's 10:30. Thank you for being such a shining light. Oh, thank you, man. Have a good one, Consumed. Keep trying your best and have fun. Now, here is the question is, how are we going to draw this? I just go with it. I'll draw a Goth trick. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5.5. End of the kneecaps. Let me turn this down. Hopefully build this thing up. Let's see here. I'm gonna try and do Armor of God, Goth, Chick, Knight. Now I know sometimes when I've been doing these, I do kind of make the sword a little bit abrasive. So I'm trying to think, how can I draw it without looking as gnarly. So what we're gonna do now is, since I don't really know what I'm gonna do with the arms, we're switching to this pencil so we can quickly change and erase and experiment while we think what we are going to do on this one. Lately I have been doing them holding the book. I don't know if I should do it. I wonder if I should do it that one for this one, but I guess we could just do a shield. shield. I kind of do want to just... I wonder what would happen if I just did the sword like this. I feel like when I do the sword like that, I get comments saying I should... I get comments when I do the sword like that. It's so weird. Isn't it so strange that if I draw a sword just like that, people think that I'm like promoting violence or something like that, right? It's just so strange. I'm just like, okay, well, if this offends people, just having the sword out like that, it's like, Okay, I mean, I understand what they're coming from, because it does look like it's very like they're ready to attack or something. So, since I've gotten critiques on that, which that doesn't even seem that gnarly to have the sword like that, right? Like, it's not even that crazy. Maybe she could be holding like a big cross. Good thing we did it with this pencil because it's easy to erase. So we have the shield right here. How are we gonna do the book? I guess maybe let's just experiment. I guess we could just even have it like this. I feel like this one doesn't seem as gnarly. It still looks kind of gnarly, I feel like. Having the sword behind. How do we do this, everybody? I might just even have her just have a giant cross. That might be kind of gnarly, huh? Like, what if we just did like... This one might be kind of cool. Yeah, we might do something like that. Yeah, I think this one might be kind of cool. I can have the book, the Bible right here. Okay, put a bicycle. Now, which side should we have the bicycle? And probably on this side, huh? Okay, I think this might be it, everybody. She's gonna be... Now, I'm kind of curious. Am I gonna stick with this, right? I guess I should just try and stick with it, and then we'll have the verse right here. Well, I think we're gonna commit to it, everybody. I think the hard part right now is it's gonna be, how am I gonna try and make it look gothic? We're gonna put a lot of crosses, so it's gonna be like this giant cross. I mean, maybe she could just freaking just have like just a ton of crosses. What if this is just crossed out? Like there's just crosses everywhere. Holy moly, that'd be scary. That would be social anxiety right there, man. Yep, we're gonna do this one. Maybe we could have a raven. No, what do you make? How do you make something gothic? Chains, studs is gothic. All right, we got this. All right, let's go for it. Hopefully I can stick with this thumbnail. Generally, sometimes I start these thumbnails and this is actually, I feel like this is actually a hard part of these thumbnails. Mm-hmm. Yeah, all this. I'll get it for you. I'll just throw it out tomorrow.
Oh, I'm getting rid of the church trash can.
Okay. I'll be right back. Okay. All right. All right, let's send it. Where's our thumbnail? Oh, there it is. Okay, so from this piece of paper, we're taking this little thumbnail. Hopefully we can turn it into that. Can you guys see it? Oh, yeah, you can kind of see it. Okay, let's do this. So we're starting with this pencil right here. Let me actually push this back. There we go. We'll start with this pencil. And we're just gonna lay in our proportions right now, just to see if it fits on the page. And we're at 4. Let's see. Let's actually just speed run this now. I really need to just start speed running these things. So. One, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7.5. Line of action. 3 movable masses. Whoa. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Darn, that's gonna be right off the edge of the paper. And I think I got that one wrong. I got that one wrong right there. 2, 3, 4, 5. I need to make sure these songs aren't copyrighted. Okay, so let's see. 3, 4, 5. Trying to speed run these things, so I'm not going to be talking as much. Oh, maybe I should just talk. We're going just establishing our figure right now. We're going to do the Andrew Loomis technique. Let's see if we can put this cross up in here. Maybe I should push it. Oh man, maybe I should push behind the leg. I had it in front, but it's like it would be hanging off right there. Huh. We're gonna send it. I mean, I'm trying to speed run this, so I might as well just send it right. Now this part's gonna be I'm still not sure. I guess we just have the foot on the side, huh? I mean, maybe what we could do is have the cross right there. And then just have her foot kind of almost like over here. Wait, is that even, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7.5. Maybe just barely right there, maybe. See, it's really strange right there now. Well. Should we go with this, or, yeah, let's just try and do this fast, or... All right, line of action. 3 movable masses. I'm just really just trying to focus up in here because last drawing I did, I was like freaking all over the place. I was like thinking about all sorts of different stuff. We need to think. Let's draw through the form. We need to really think about this. Okay, we can maybe have it just right off the edge, just like a tad. One, two, end of the pack. Into the bicep. Actually, I think I might have messed that up, didn't I? Let's draw through the form, deltoid, bicep. Cut that one right there. Oh, that's gonna be hard right there, darn. No, we're just gonna straight send it. Let's just send it. Just gonna commit to it. This one is amazing. this free? Oh my goodness, it's still free. It's insane. All right, let's send it. We're gonna just erase this now. Work on the hardest areas first, do the Brad Rooney technique, and start going in on it. Let's actually just work on the portrait. I think instead of erasing everything, we're gonna just maybe erase some portions. Oops. That beginning of the song was amazing, huh? It sounded really cool. This part just sounds awesome. It just sounds so ethereal. It almost sounds like minus the bear. I'm actually going to cut this. Actually, no, let's just do it with this one before we commit to anything. I draw a lot faster when I don't have to talk. Hey, Judah? What the hell is this? part is that, right? Put a little cross in there. Put a bunch of crosses in here. It's gonna be like studded armor. How do we do that? I guess we could do like spikes or something, right? What is this? Is this copyright free? No. I don't think it is. Oh, it still is. Okay. Let's work on this hand. I think they put lyrics to this song. They did put lyrics to the song. Actually, I didn't even follow the grad rating technique. I should have worked on the hardest parts first. Oh yeah, I don't like this part. It's like it's weird. Oh well, it's Goth music, so we're gonna listen to it. Okay, this is the foreground. Let's try and work on this right now. Dude, I've been trying to learn this trick for so long. That dude just did it while taking his shirt. Are you freaking kidding me, dude? That's insane. like some sort of I think this song is a copyright. No? Wow. Crazy. I knew one of these got copyrighted, so... Dude, this trick's gnarly. That's why I give credit to some of these Goths, man. They wear so many crosses, bro. It's like, it's just so, it's almost like the paradox, right? There's so many of these companies, they're so scared to put crosses on everything. And then you see a Goth person, they're wearing like 30 crosses. You're like, what in the world? It's kind of hilarious, actually. This song's good right here. This song's good right here. I kind of want to like make this side like armored. Eh. Okay, we're gonna put a bunch of crosses right here. Oh, it's all good, man. No worries. You don't even need to watch this stream. Oh, man. You know what's actually very interesting? I actually just had... that's weird that you bring that up, because I actually just had lower back pain yesterday. They did say... I mean, I watched a bunch of videos on it. They did say... motion is lotion. So, I mean, I just typed in, what did I type in? I typed in, lower back pain, on YouTube. One of the first ones that popped up, not only, there's like a couple of people that said that. I guess, just moving it, right? In the correct amount of, movement, right? You don't want to go full on out, but I guess it could be different too, because there's also like a herniated disc. I don't really know what sciatica is, so that might be different. I had like a muscle strain, so probably pretty different than sciatica. I think sciatica is way gnarlier, right? And I need to put this on shuffle. We've been watching that guy a lot. Let's change it. Yeah, it can be gnarly. Yeah, there's a lot of back issues, especially you know, sitting down too much. It's like crazy. It's like what doesn't give you back pain, right? Sitting down too much, sitting in your wrong posture, muscle imbalances. You can work out, you can lift too heavy. The back's pretty an interesting mechanism, right? It's essentially a pinching of the nerves that stem from your lower spine through your hips and into. Oh wow! So maybe the what's it called? You know, the spine bones are hitting it, or is that a herniated disc? Kind of wanted to make this a studded belt, but I don't know how to make that look like a studded belt. This rider's gnarly right here. I know there's like spinal decompression too. Hanging stuff. I'm trying to think how we gotta do this. I kind of don't even want to like have it all the way up here. Are there like high boot things? A herniated disc is usually an inflammation of the nerve that pops a vertebrae. Okay, I see. That's what I was thinking about, huh? Man, sciatica does seem gnarly, huh? If it's just straight, just nerves. The chiropractor. How am I gonna do this? I'm confused. Kinda wanna like have it up here. Nah, I'll have it right here. I don't think that's correct. Oh well. That's good. We have a friend that got a steroid shot in her back. Oh wow. Man, I've been trying to go after this trick right here. This trick's hard. You know the lore of the Goth stuff, right? The Goth lore is actually very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Do it. I am kind of going a little bit more gothic with this one. Tried to put like some studs right there, and but overall the goth history is very intriguing to me personally. I know it started with the Visigoths and the Ostrogoths, and they were bands of barbarians in Germania, right? What's actually very strange about it all is that the very barbarians used to sack Rome at the time, right? Well, the whole funny thing is that later down the road, the very bands of barbarians that sacked Rome actually got converted into Christianity. And within the conversion of Christianity, it stemmed an entire new art style, not only within how they dressed, but just, you know, architecture-wise. And this is where we get the word Gothic, right? The Gothic, right? And it's interesting because it affected a lot of parts of Christianity. It affected a lot of how churches got built and stuff like this. And then as that went about, like hundreds and hundreds of years later, there were a band of writers, right? And these writers were like inspired by some of the Gothic architecture. Now, I might be wrong on this, but one of my friends told me the Gothic architecture was about nature. It was about almost like finding chaos amidst the just mass amounts of things, right? And that's why when we see some of these crazy Gothic churches or Gothic, just it's almost like overwhelming, right? They have all sorts of things. But if we look into nature, like if you look at a tree, right? You can see a whole bunch of leaves, and not every single leaf is perfect. Everyone's just a little bit different, right? And that's kind of the whole thing about the Gothic style. Then what was interesting is then hundreds of years later from that point, there were some musicians that I think were from the punk era, and these punk artists got inspired by the very writers, which the writers were inspired by the Visigoths that got converted to Christianity. And so this kind of like darker style started emerging. Very interesting, very odd, but that was what some people have told me though. But there's like this TED Talk thing that I watched on it. Pretty interesting. Pretty interesting stuff. I think that's the strange thing about Christianity. It's also kind of a controversial aspect about Christianity. I think personally, is I think some people, what would they call it? I don't think it's cultural appropriation. I don't know what it's called, honestly. But it is interesting how, because of the Great Commission and how we were called to make disciples of all nations, right? Well, the interesting thing about looking into different nations is that there's so many different cultural differences, right? Even environmental differences, the way people dress. And it's so interesting how Christianity tends to even go into the facets of society and merge into facets of society that would otherwise, many other things don't merge into, right? And I think that's the power of Christianity, is because of that very nature. And I honestly think also a big part of why I think it merges into different cultures and societies is because of the very aspect of treating our neighbors as ourselves and loving even our enemies. Which I actually think that even might be, I mean, I don't know for sure, I haven't studied it too much, but the very barbarians that sacked Rome, it's interesting that they got converted, right? And there had to have been something that happened. Yeah, it is interesting. Yeah, it's an odd one. It makes me think about the Great Commission. But also, I think I think the controversial aspect about making disciples of all nations and going into many different cultures and environments is that, now I haven't heard any people really go into it, but I actually do think that this has actually caused multiple denominations to start forming, right? Because they're like, oh, well, that's kind of strange. That's a strange culture. We want to kind of hang out with our own. And unfortunately, I do think that has caused a bit of maybe denominational splits. The Great Commission was to go into all the world and tell everyone about Christ. Also, from Noah's flood, there are so many similar flood legends throughout the world. Interesting. You know, it's interesting that you brought that up, because that kind of reminds me of like the dragon thing, right? Like the whole legend of the dragon. It's like, man, we've sped through this drawing today. That's only I guess, yeah. Kind of maybe I'll do a round shield. Made this character a little bit too small. I kind of wanted to, I should have made it a little bit bigger, but it's okay. You could put wings on it. I also didn't clean up a lot of this. That's actually one thing I forgot to do. Stuff in there I didn't clean up. Maybe that's what I should do in the beginning, is just erase all of that first construction line. I do want to put some more crosses in here though. And recently there's been a Chinese turtle shell writing that predates Confucius. Huh. Fun. That's weird, because so if you didn't know, I'm actually Korean, right? And the thing is that my mom was like, you know, she like grew up in the Christian stuff, but what my mom was telling me is that like a lot of parts of Korea, I guess, are Christian, and it's really strange because looking deeper into the lore, it was actually the Mongols. So the Mongolians, something happened with the Mongolians, and I wouldn't say I know a lot of parts of the Mongolians didn't do this, but there were, I think, a little bit of select bands of Mongolians way back in the day with like Genghis Khan and stuff, and they got converted to Christianity. And then because like, you know, like over here, like if this was China, right? They built the wall because of the Mongol horde, right? And so the Mongols had to go around, and then Korea was like right over here. So there's like the wall, and then Korea was like over here. So like the Mongols kind of spread Christianity into Korea, and that's kind of like the weird lore about like Christianity and Korea. That's what I was told anymore. Meaning there were many years before Confucius and Taoism came onto the scene. Early Chinese worshipped the creator before a new way of thinking made its way in. Interesting, huh? kind of done this round shield before. It's okay. Well, that's weird. Like the shock like totally went in. It's a different period of history, but it reminds me of Joseph and the Egyptians. You know, I actually had a weird thought last night. I think I ran out of lead. I had a weird thought last night. You know, like Solomon, how Solomon was said to be the richest man on earth? I was like wondering, like, in terms of like the Roman Empire, was Solomon richer? I mean, he had to have been, right? It's strange to think about Solomon and, wow, do I have 2 of these pens? That's weird, I have 2 of these pencils. I need to find some lead. Where's some lead at? Joseph held a lot of power except for the office of Pharaoh. Then many years later, after a new Pharaoh became king, they forgot about Joseph and didn't remember the promises that were given to Joseph. Didn't his brothers like get enslaved or something like that? And then like they like came to Joseph and they're like, what in the, or did they not didn't they not recognize it was Joseph? Like their brother was was the one? After, like, didn't they, like, sell into slavery or something like that? I forgot. Oh, no, I just broke this lead. Wait, how do I even put this thing on here? What the... Dude, this doesn't make any sense. It's, like, broken. Did I just break this pencil? Okay, here we go. Oh, no, I just broke the lead again. Okay, here we go. Dude, I think I broke this pencil or something. Fudge. They didn't recognize him because he was in the house of Pharaoh. They thought he was an Egyptian since he was given authority. Okay, yeah. Oh no, I think I broke this pencil or something. It's not working. There we go. Huh? What's wrong with this thing? I was like broke a bunch of lead or something. I have an idea. I think I need to grab that piece of little lead right there. There we go. Guess it's not working with that. Joseph's brothers left him for dead in a ditch, but Joseph was found and was sold as a slave into the house of the Pharaoh then. Okay, I think I have a different idea. I'm gonna push this in here and we're gonna just throw this lead in there like this. That's actually what I should have done in the beginning. Oh, that's weird, it's stuck. I must have broke something in here. The time of Moses came about because of the newer Pharaoh didn't know about Joseph and his people. When I think about the story of Joseph, I think about the story of envy, right? I mean, there's lots of facets to it, but when I think about it, it's like the story of how jealousy and envy, even if it's your brothers, can really affect a lot of things. Man, this thing's like broken. It's like stuck. I must have like broke this thing. Okay, what if I push this down? That's so weird. I like broke this pencil. I did not say that. Okay, we're gonna use, likely have another one. Pharaoh said, look, they will outnumber us and overtake us, then put them to hard labor. Okay, I'm gonna push this lead in here like this. Let's see if it works. Now, do you think Joseph in the New Testament, like, it's interesting, you know, it's interesting how people name their kids certain things. I find it very interesting how, to think that Joseph's parents back in the New Testament may have named Joseph that for a reason. Man, I think I totally broke this pencil. I don't know what is wrong with this thing. How did I break this thing? Doesn't make any sense. It's like not working. I feel like there's a piece of lead stuck in here or something. Huh. I don't know. I guess this thing broke. Luckily I have this one. Hooray for spare pencil, yes, hooray. Let's see this one. Oh. I feel like this one is kind of old and weird. This lead feels strange. Oh well, it's okay. What was I doing? I forgot. I want to put some little crosses up here. There's like crosses within crosses in this one. Joseph is a Hebrew name meaning God will increase. Interesting. I never looked up the name. It is interesting, like, looking up people's names and stuff like that, right? Like the Hebrew meanings and stuff. Like, sometimes I wonder, did people's parents really think about that? Like, when they were naming their kid that, are they like, we're naming him that because of this? Oh, this guy's cool. This guy, like, makes bikes. He's also a really gnarly flatlander. Putting a crosshair in here. Holy, there are so many crosses in this little thing. That's hilarious. Ding, ding, ding. Oh, I forgot I gotta put a floating Bible in here. had I had a hand thing. Where's my, I don't know where it is. I always like to have that sticker that I normally have been using for the hand thing. Hand rest. Where's my hand rester thing? Oh, here it is. Hand rester. Now, I honestly think if I just did the character, like no writing the text, no drawing the bike, I actually feel like I could ink it out right on the spot. I mean, I could start doing that. Because I do know once I get into the bike and stuff, it does get a little harder to ink out and stuff like that, but what I got done so far. I'm also trying to figure out how to promote Flatland BMX specifically, and also kind of somehow get girls to ride Flatland BMX, because unfortunately, from what I was told, the reason why Flatland BMX was not in the Olympics was because not enough girls actually ride Flatland BMX, and it was super close to getting into the Olympics. And man, I just feel like, if from what some of the flat riders are saying, it's because there wasn't enough female riders, man, I'm kind of bummed out. So I'm trying to do my part and hopefully try and promote more chicks to ride Flatland BMX. Somehow. I feel like I could do so much more, like, little details in here. I kind of want to make this a studded belt, but maybe not. I guess we'll make this wood too. All right, let's draw this bicycle. I know it's ridiculous, everybody, but we're drawing a bike in here. It's just fun too, honestly. I'm actually going into BMX streets now. Let's see if anybody's on BMX streets. BMX. Oh, there's 15 people in BMX streets. What the? Hopefully I'm cool enough to be a part of the BMX scene. So how we draw the BMX bike is we take the proportion of this, the leg. Actually, there should be a little thing right there. I was just joking. No, I know when you're younger. I mean, it's kind of hilarious hearing some of the kids at the skate park. Some of them have like these little cliques, man. Like, it's so interesting how like, you know, like younger people, they kind of just like, they form these little cliques of like hierarchies, you know. They're like, that kid's a poser. We don't like that kid. It's like very interesting. I'm just like, bro, you guys are all riding bikes. Like, why are you guys hating on each other? Like, I don't know. Some of those kids, they just want to. I mean, it might say some of them just want to be top dog, you know. Like, they just want to. Now, what I do like about BMX is that BMX spans nations. You know, it expands language barriers, countries, all sorts of stuff. It's really cool. Race, it's just everything. The genealogy of Jesus in Matthew 1 shows that Joseph married Jesus came from the line of David. I think Mary was a cousin of Elizabeth. Oh yeah, so then what we do is we split this in half. Now actually I think I could just go in now with this. Sometimes I'm like doing a little bit too much with the normal pencil, I think. I need to like be a little bit more bold with using this pencil up in here. What happened to the music? Oh, there it is. Yeah, I'm gonna change it. Joseph married to Mary. Okay, well, oh yeah, then we're gonna make this a rectangle, like this. Split that in half. Oops. Okay, like that. And then this is where we get our. We're gonna make a flatland bike. Then we have this wheel right here. Now I honestly think this is one of the hardest parts with drawing the bike, is figuring out where the seat, I guess it's not a hard part, but it's like the seat post. It's a little, like there's a little bit of a gap right here. And so this is where the bottom bracket would be. Now we are drawing a flatland bike, so I think I might just have straight, because this is like kind of like straight right here. Maybe I'll just have straight down, and then just have flatland bars this time. Like that. That's actually really low. It's like too low right there. Oh well. And then I think what we might do is we might just have like a flatland bars. Like in bars. Kind of like the V bars. Those bars are kind of cool. And now we'll do full flatland, like Day Smith. That was fun. I think the bars are a little off. She's gonna have brakes. Okay, so let's erase a lot of this stuff now, or like underlayer lines. That's how we draw a bike though. We're making good time. This is the amount of time on this one is how I should be drawing these, is about as fast as these ones, but sometimes I struggle. I feel like the shepherds are hard to draw. This is just an Armor of God one, which is much easier because I've just drawn so many of the Armor of Gods. The shepherd ones, it's like hard for some reason. I don't know why. It seems like every time I try and draw a shepherd, I just struggle with it. Let's erase the underlayer. And then we're gonna go with our final layer into this one. This is hilarious. What are we watching? What is this? Oh, this is the West Coast 4130. I thought this would be over by now. Change this. Why is that? What happened to it? Huh. Oh wait, there it is. I feel like early Garrett Reynolds was kind of gothish. What do you think is harder about the shepherds? I think it's the drapery. I think drapery, like, you know, all the robes and stuff is harder to draw than armor. Because, like, if you look at armor, like, armor is very abstract. You know, just like, just this shape. You can put different shapes on top of it. Whereas, like, I think that what makes the shepherds hard is because, like, you kind of have to think about, like, the robe and how the robe's connected, and then thinking about how it's all working. This one makes it a little bit more challenging. Zoom in one more. Let's draw this bicycle. I generally like to start over here for some reason. I'm gonna put some brakes on it. She's part of the Front Brake Sisterhood. Who is this? don't know who this is. Oh, this is AMP. I don't even think I've seen this video yet. Oh, this video is cool. I like this. Keep the change. Have I seen this? Oh, I think we watched this the other day. Look at all these different spots. Man, these guys have seen so much of the city, it's crazy. Oh, I forgot this song is actually copyright free. Let's listen to it. It's actually in a BMX edit. The one that we just watched, kinda. But it's copyright free song, so. The wheel's very hard to draw. I actually feel like the wheel's actually the hardest part to draw. I just kind of guess it. Say it again, say it again. I know you love to. And I can't keep some path. I'm trying to do it again. And I was silly. Send in my way, 'cause there's no love lost that I can't find again, my dear friend. Man, there's so much. Oh my, look at that. That clip was amazing. Double tire ride or rail to fakey wall ride. Man, this guy's good at rail rides. Wow, that was cool. I feel like he wanted to smith that, but he didn't go into it. I'm surprised he kept that clip. It was probably super scary. That's how some of these clips are, is like they want to do something, but they didn't fully do it. But it was so, like, it's either maybe they got kicked out or something, so they just took the clip. I just like looking at all the spots. It's really cool. Just the architecture is all different. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. I'm actually gonna do these as like servo bars. Skirbo. How do you draw 4-piece bars? I think like, how do you draw? I think it's like there's like a little stem right there, or a little stopping point. Those look terrible. Oh well. They're supposed to be 4-piece bars, everybody. And bikes are fun to draw. It's kind of cool, like thinking about like the character, and then thinking about what type of bike would this character ride. You know what? This chick's actually just gonna be running front brakes. She's gonna be one of those weird. Well, I guess it's not weird. It's actually commonplace now, but. You know what? She's actually going to be running... She's going to be a strange individual. She's actually going to be running two straight cables. Let's put on his 2 straight cable rider. There is a guy called Lino Gonzalez. Where is he at? He's in here somewhere in the playlist. Shout outs to Lino Gonzalez. This guy would run... This guy right here. This guy ran both front and back... Front brakes and back brakes, but he ran it in straight cables. Super strange. I wonder if the song's copyrighted. Let's see if the song's copyrighted. Is the song copyrighted? It has to be. Oh yeah, it is. Man, the song on this song's gnarly. Check it out now.
As little as 15 minutes. That's faster than you can replay the entire meeting in your...
We're gonna have Lino Gonzalez inspired on this one. What's my most gnarly BMX crash? I mean, I'm gonna be honest, it wasn't even that gnarly, but I tore my ACL like 3 years ago, and I haven't got surgery. It wasn't even that gnarly, that's the crate, but it was definitely the gnarliest injury because I still can't even ride normally anymore. I have to ride flatline, kind of. I mean, I'm actually at the point where I almost have to ride flatline, otherwise I can't. My knee gets all out of place and stuff like that, but maybe it's a blessing in disguise, but I did break my collarbone. I guess that would be probably the gnarly one. I did crack my head open on the same spine I tore my ACL on. But the cool thing about flatline is it's very safe, so... This chick's gonna be running like a 44-2 sprocket. She's gonna be a strange individual. Actually, she's gonna be running like something like crazy. Like... Oops. Well, that's good. You had. Yeah. I know, huh? Oh, I think that actually wouldn't work. I'd actually have to push that up. Just the ACL one, man, has totally messed me up, dude. That one was definitely a brutal one. I mean, I guess I'd like to even think it's a blessing in disguise because, honestly, I wouldn't even be streaming right now if I never even tore my ACL. I never would have gotten into flatline, I don't think. So, maybe like what Romans 8:28 says, God uses all things for the good for those who love him, right? I'm trying to think about it that way. there. Romans 8:28. God uses all things for good for those who are called according to his will and his purpose, or something like that, right? I guess that's the other thing, is I actually never would have gone into the Bible studies if I never tore my ACL. I mean, I would like to even think that. It sounds strange, but this character's pretty solid. I'm digging this. It's a pretty solid character. Oh yeah, we need to do a floating Bible. Oops. Maybe I should. Maybe I shouldn't have put the floating, but oh well. I'm gonna put maybe a little squirrel or something. Nah, darn, the Bible's a little close, so well. I might actually push that back just a little bit more. It's like playing a little RPG game, dude. You know, like the character select screen in a video game? That's basically what these drawings feel like. It's like we're in the character select screen, just being like, let's grind for that armor, everybody. Do 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 do. I need to put some verses. I was gonna maybe put some animals, but nah. I don't know about this one. I think the last shepherd we did, we just everywhere. There's animals. It was overwhelming. Shout out this company, the only company that's ever hooked it up. Well, I guess no, Golden Days has hooked it up. What is that? Put little crusts on here. That one pretty fun. This one was just like chill for some reason. Man, the last character was just so cringy, and sometimes it's like I get to this point in the drawings where it's like I can't go back, you know. So I'm just like, it's either I'm gonna finish it out or I just like struggle through the cringe of it all. Okay, no worries, man. Let's just write our verse in here. So I think we're just gonna do bear the cross. Take up your cross daily. It's kind of weird how the NIV says, whoever wants to be my disciple must deny themselves and take up their cross daily. The ESV version says, and he said to all. I like this one, right? All. If anyone would come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross daily and follow me. There was a KJV version. We'll do Luke 9:23. Is this still Russ Barone? It's gotta been. I must have put a bunch. I thought I put this on shuffle. Oh well. If anyone after me, hey Jamie, just wanted to stop in and say hi. Thank you for taking the time to even stop in. Diana Chicken Nugs. I appreciate that. I thank you for even writing anything, man. It's appreciate that. Like you even taking the time, man. That's crazy. What? Yeah, sorry, it's hard to keep up with stuff these days, but I always want to show up when I can. Praise the Lord. Yeah, the other thing is you don't even have to write anything. You can just lurk. I don't even have the follower accounts. I never look at who's watching and stuff like that, so... Luke 9:23. The stream's actually been pretty good today. The bike riding was actually really hard. It's kind of strange. The bike riding was hard and everything else seemed to work out a bit. It's either one of these things that's hard. It's either the Bible study's hard, the bike riding's hard, or the drawing is hard. I know, I actually really like this drawing. This is like more of like Gothic armor of God, cross bear. I was just gonna do like a sword, but it's kind of fun doing like the giant cross in here. And I think we're about done. I'm just gonna put my signature in here and call it a day. No animals, no gizmos in here. Okay, I'll put it right here. And we about done, everybody. Man, this one was much more relaxing today. I wish every drawing was this easy. Or I guess I wouldn't say easy, but like, I'm gonna put a little seed right here, by the way, too. Just a little Easter egg. This one was fun. I like when the drawings just flow, you know? Little seed. And that's it. We're gonna put it on the wood thing, call it a day. I guess you caught me right when the drawing was done. Which I actually want to see how many crosses we got up in here. Let me turn off all this. Turn off the BMX video, image slideshow, chat, text. And we're gonna try and count all the crosses in here. Let's see how many crosses do we have in here. So we got earring, 1. Earring 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. These ones are indistinguishable, but 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 24 crosses up in here. That's crazy. I know I could actually just start adding them all in here, just adding them, but we'll keep it like this. Thanks, dude. Oh, if anybody's out there too, you guys could just copy everything I'm doing too. I learned a lot of these techniques from other believers, so, you know, hopefully we would just help more and more people give glory to the Lord, right? Like, I feel like if anything, if you guys do use this technique that I learned, hopefully you would give God the glory. Because I learned, if you guys learn anything from this stream, I've learned a lot of this stuff from other believers. So, just know that. I need to push it one more step out too. So we'll get some close-ups. I've never done this before. I will say, I don't think I've ever done this. Crosses on a cross. That's very Gothic-esque right there. I got Luke 9:23, and he said to all, if anyone would come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross daily and follow me. And there we go. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is the stream. That is the end of the stream, everybody. Let's go see if we can raid somebody. Who is live right now? There you see. Oh, okay. There's 3 people. Maybe we can raid somebody. Go to our stream manager. Which? Video producer, stream manager. I'm gonna try and raid like a new, like believer or something. Let's see here. How do I go to the Christian section? Let's find a new believer to raid, to hopefully help him out. For some reason this is not working when I press it. Oh wait, I gotta do this manually. Fudge. I gotta do it on the computer then. Okay, Christian. Let's go to low to high. Okay, let's see who we can raid. Who's trying to share the glory of God, everybody? There's Queen Treasure. There's a Warhammer guy. Oh, drawing and chit chat. Starsong KG. We're rating Starsong KG. Starsong KG. She has Christian on her tag. She's been streaming for 5 minutes. There we go, everybody. Oh, 4 people. There we go, everybody. Let's see, what should we write? Okay, got it. Glory be to God. Oh. Glory be to God. Thank you for planting and watering seeds of faith. Now I will end the stream now. I saw you on, or I found you on the Christian tag and saw a drawing